Hey, this is Shane Long, wedding and portrait photographer based in Minnesota and Florida, and today I'm doing a review of the GoPro Hero 7 White. It's what I'm using to record myself right now. I got it so I could get some underwater photos and videos of my kids playing in the pool while we're vacationing here in Florida. So if you're thinking about getting this little camera, I'm gonna test it out today. I'm a first-time user with the GoPro. I've never used it before. We're gonna take some photos, take some videos, try it under the water, try it on the street, and see what I think of it. All right, here we go. All right, the first test we're gonna do is playing some football. I'm gonna try running down the street with the GoPro, throwing the football. We'll see how steady and smooth it goes. Down, set, hut. Down, set, hut. Looking at my first ever GoPro footage, I'm actually very impressed at how smooth and stable the footage is, even at a full sprint. I thought it would be fun to compare it to my iPhone 10. So here they are side by side. The iPhone 10 footage is a little bit more shaky and wobbly, whereas the Hero 7 footage looks nice and smooth, is contrasty and sharp. All right, the next test here, I'm trying riding a bicycle, and we'll see how smooth the footage looks and how good the audio is here while I'm riding a bike. Understandably, given the amount of wind generated from riding a bike, the audio does sound a little muffled. However, I'm super impressed with how smooth and how easy it is to take video of yourself and your surroundings while riding a bike. I'll also be curious here to see the footage to see how well the exposure does with it this backlit in the direct sun. While filming this, we came across a few different animals. Here's the iPhone 10 on the left side and the Hero 7 on the right side. It's fun to be able to see the differences in the footage. But I was shocked when this little guy leapt off the edge and went swimming through the water. I had no idea that they could swim like that. It's super fun to watch them both in slow motion now. The next little guy we were able to capture with the GoPro is this turtle. Using the selfie stick, we were able to put the camera underneath the water and get some new angles that otherwise wouldn't be possible. The waterproof ability of the GoPro also allowed us to get some footage of this little crustacean. This hermit crab we found at the beach, and he was crawling all over the place. The kids were thrilled to be able to put the camera in the water and watch him walk around. I want to jump in quick here and let you know that I'm working on my first ever drone review. I've never flown a drone or owned a drone, but I was curious if, having never flown or owned one before, if I would be able to get some cinematic clips to use in our family vacation video. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so you can see that video when I release it. The next thing we did with the GoPro is take it to the beach. The camera is great for taking clips while we're driving in the car and transitioning to and from our spots. We are at the beach now, and I am testing out the GoPro, trying some underwater shots, trying to get some shots of the kids running around on the beach. And it's just a nice little camera here to have so I can put it under the water and not worry if it gets hurt or not. Having an extendable selfie stick is fantastic because it allows for lots of different angles. But be aware that after using it in salt water, you should rinse it off afterwards. I noticed on mine that the nut and bolt were already starting to corrode. I'll have a link down in the description if you think it's something you want to pick up. Another new thing that the GoPro opened up for me is it allowed me to be in the family video clips as well. After we finished at the beach, we decided to head to a local restaurant, and we used the GoPro there to capture that context. On the drive home, we used the GoPro to capture some videos of the city lights. All right, now for the main event. We are gonna try out the GoPro Hero 7 in the pool. We're gonna test out the slow motion ability, the video ability, and the camera ability. Here we go. By pressing the snail on the back of the camera, you can turn on slow-mo. What this does is shoot the camera in 60 frames per second instead of 30. I actually shoot with the slow motion on most of the time. It gives me the ability to slow down the footage later, should I choose to. Using the GoPro under the water was very easy. The big button on top of the camera made it very clear when I pressed and when I didn't press the camera to start and stop the footage. And the loud beep and flashing red light on the front of the camera also let me know when it was recording. When it got water on the LCD touchscreen, it wasn't responding correctly and was switching modes. So if you swipe down from the top, you can turn on the lock, and then it only uses the actual buttons to depress to start and stop the camera. For my career, I'm a wedding and portrait photographer, but I wanted to try out some underwater photos. This camera allowed me to do that. One tip is to get close to your subjects under the water so that you have plenty of light to take photos. Note too that there is a slight delay when you press that shutter button before the photo actually takes. But the photos come out great, clear with plenty of color and contrast. One other thing we learned in making this video is how well the audio picks up underneath the pool. You can totally hear my son humming and singing underneath the pool. In past vacations, I've bought a waterproof case for my iPhone, but the experience was frustrating. The recording would stop and start when I didn't want to, sometimes it would zoom in, and the footage was often blurred and didn't turn out that well. The GoPro though allows me to be right in the pool with the kids, laughing, having fun, splashing, and getting clips. I do want to say that it wasn't a perfect experience. The camera did freeze on me a couple times. It also rebooted without notice and said that it repaired a file. So hopefully some of those bugs will be fixed with a future firmware update. But I do want to say this was exactly what I was after. It allows me to jump into the pool with my kids, be under the water, be above the water, and enjoy the pool while documenting our trip. Down in the description, I'll have a link to the GoPro, the memory card I bought, and the selfie stick. If you want to use those links, it really supports me in making these videos. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful for you. We'll see you next time.